Shalom, giving all honor, all praise, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashum, Yahushai, Bahashum, Arachak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone that rule well. As always, peace, blessings, and salutations to the tabernacle of David, the four elect that are scattered abroad across the four winds of the earth. And this is going to be a quick response to the elder apostles video. Give me your feedback. Once again, IUIC going off. And this time, they're pretty much they're writing off Israelites that are born of a heathen mother. Right? Because we know that according to scripture, according to the law, that you are what your father is. It has nothing to do with your mother. But they're now teaching based on, them reading the book of, was it Nehemiah, if I'm not mistaken, where they were suffered to put away their wives and the children that they had in that union with those heathen wives. Then that means that if you have a heathen for a wife or a concubine and you have a child with her, you basically got to put that child away. All right, so I'm gonna play the clip, and then I'm gonna just give my quick response.
Of a mixed union are the children. Go to Exodus 10. Ezra 10 and 3. Go ahead, y'all answer that.
So Ezra, they went to Ezra, not Nehemiah. All right, so let's listen.
It says, if the children born of a mixed union are what the father is, why put away the children? Get that, Ezra 10 and 3.
Ezra chapter.
What do you put away? You have a woman from another nation. You have a child. Do you put that child away along with the woman? Do you put that child, which is an Israelite, away along with the woman? Give me your feedback.
10 and verse 3.
Come on!
Now, therefore, let us make a covenant with our God to put away all the wives and such as are born of them, according to the counsel of my Lord and of those that tremble at the commandment of our God. And let it be done according to the law.
Why? Because it was a sin to marry wives of the other nation. Now, why the children went, get Nehemiah 13. This is why.
Nehemiah chapter 13 and verse 23.
Let's go!
And those...
Remember, keep in mind, Moses' sons have heathen. So did he put them away?
Those days also, I saw...
Yeah, and to add to that, one of his sons was named Gershom, right? And, we were strangers in Egypt, and we actually stayed in the land of Goshen. He had his son Gershom, and that's where you get the root word gar from, which the word means stranger. All right? So did Moses have to put his son away, Gershom? Did he have to put him away? Or did that lineage continue? These will have to be answers that the IUIC got to, these will have to be questions that the IUIC got to answer. Why wasn't Gershom or any other, or the other son of Moses, why wasn't either of them put away?
The Jews that had married wives of Ashdod and of Ammon and of Moab.
That was the same thing during the time of Nehemiah was happening. It was happening during the time of Ezra. They seen Jews marrying wives of the other nation. Read on.
And their children spake half in the speech of Ashdod, and could not speak in the Jews' language.
They spake half in the speech of Ashdod and could not speak in the Jews' language. They were unclean. Because think about it, who raises the children?
I guess they wasn't Hebrew Israelites then, because they couldn't speak Hebrew.
The mother. That's why Ezra said, listen, put them away, get rid of them. They just came out of captivity. They was dedicating the temple back to the Lord. They were trying to clean filth.
So do you you have women of the other nations. You have children by them. You're an Israelite. The children are obviously Israelites. Do you put the wife, the woman of another nation away with the children that are Israelites. Keep in mind, Moses had sons with a woman of another nation.
Out of Israel. So they said, listen, put away your wives, and guess what? The kids gonna go with them. Why? Because many of them spoke half in this. They were unclean. They spoke half in the speech of Adonai.
So these children are these children which are Israelites, not the children that these women already had, but these children that were begotten of Israelite men. Were they put out? What's your feedback? What's your feedback? What's your feedback?
You also read that in 1 Corinthians 7, same thing. Many of y'all go through that as well. But watch this, read on.
Verse.
Now, I don't know what he means by first. I guess he means unbelieving wives. You have an unbelieving wife, you keep that wife. They teach, however, that if you have an unbelieving wife and she doesn't come into the truth and you come into the truth, you can cut her off. And if she pleases to dwell with you, you cut her off anyway. Are they going based upon scriptures? Their fear towards me is taught by the precept of men.
Yep. And also, let me add to that. And you know, this is a lot of these guys. You know, they love to hear themselves talk like they're experts in the law, but they really don't know what the hell they're talking about. It's like your 1 Timothy 1:7 in the NLT. And it says they want to be known as teachers of the law of Moses, but they don't know what they're talking about, even though they speak so confidently. All right, and there's a lot of guys out there, you know, they really think that they're experts, and they don't know what the hell they're talking about at all, man. This is horrible.
Verse 24. And their children spake half in the speech of Ashdod and could not speak in the Jews' language, but according to the language of each people. And
so that was a reason why he told them, listen, get rid of your wives, because you ain't supposed to be marrying wives of the other nation. Get rid of them. And the kids go with them. Because many of kids of another nation, and I can speak from that from experience, they always side with the mother. They always go with the mother.
All right, so let's entertain this argument, right? So if you have a concubine and you happen to knock her up, you have an Israelite seed, you know, with this concubine, this heathen woman. You're supposed to put away that woman and that child. So what would have been the point of even having that child with that woman? Now, if we continue along with this, if we entertain this and say this is true, then don't y'all not know that you would have to put away multiple patrilineal figures in Yahushai's genealogy? Do y'all not realize that if what you're saying is accurate, then that would mean that you would have to write off multiple patrilineal figures within Yahushai's genealogy. That would make his genealogy illegitimate based off of what these guys are saying here. Because one, Obed, he's the grandfather of King David. Who was Obed's mother? Ruth, who was a Moabite. Does it not say in the law that a Moabite should not enter into the kingdom? I said kingdom. Shall not enter into the congregation. That's what I meant to say. And it said, even unto the 10th generation, are they not to enter into the congregation forever? David is only 3 generations from Boaz. So by that, David, he wouldn't be allowed either. That's why we don't deal with that half, you're mixed, half breed thing. All right, because that's not biblical. All right, you're definitely what your father is. But you don't stop there. What about Rehoboam? Who was Rehoboam's mother? She was an Ammonitess, an Ammonite woman. So how would he have sat on the throne of Judah? How would that have been allowed if what you guys are saying is true? And that's how the law is supposed to be understood. It wouldn't make any sense. So you have several figures within the genealogy of Yahushua that would be eliminated. It would be illegitimate. How about let's go back to the time of Judah. So let's just go there. Let's go to Matthew 1. This is Matthew 1:1. It says, this is a record of the ancestors of Yahushua the Messiah, a descendant of David and of Abraham. Abraham was the father of Isaac. Isaac was the father of Jacob. Jacob was the father of Judah and his brothers. Judah was the father of Perez and Zerah, whose mother was Tamar. And who was Tamar? When you do your studies, generally the studies is that Tamar would have to been of Canaan origin, that she was of Canaanite descent. All right, very plausible that she came out of Canaan. All right. And Judah had 2 children with her, because the other 2 sons, they were supposed to go into her, and they both they were hard-headed and didn't follow the instruction that the Lord gave, and they both got put to death. And Tamar, she had to play the harlot to get Judah to lay with her. So these are several figures, patrilineal figures, that are listed in the Lord's genealogy. So by what they're interpreting, they would have to have been removed because their mothers were heathens. Shit don't make any sense at all, man. David had children with concubines. Gideon had children with concubines. Abraham had children with concubines. Jacob had children with concubines. What are we talking about? Throw away Naphtali and was it Dan? Which, Dan, we don't know what happened with Dan, but I'm pretty sure that'll be revealed. I'm pretty sure they wasn't, we'll see about Dan. But, you had 2 of the sons that were born of the 2 handmaids of Leah and Rachel. So do you toss them? So that means 4 of the patriarchs will be removed from the 12. And then you got Ephraim and Manasseh. Their mother was an Egyptian. So there's another 2. So that's what? How many sons would you have left? You would only have half the tribes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, IUIC, y'all going off completely, man. And this always happens, man. This is how we know that just because y'all got you're big in numbers, it don't mean anything. Just because you might be the more popular, more commercialized camp doesn't mean anything. Because you got the spirit of error on you. But yeah, this is off. All right, hey, Jephthah, his mother was a harlot. She was a heathen. But guess what? He became a judge in Israel. After his brothers, they tried to pull that stunt. Oh yeah, you definitely not a real one. Look who your mother was. So they casted him out of their home. But then when shit got real, they ran and needed him. When they got hot, they ran and came for him. We need you. All right? And saved Israel and became a judge. So if y'all don't stop it, cut it out, man. So yeah, I'm gonna end off on that, man. There's some comments in the chat. But yeah, this is just my take on it. This is my feedback. All right, but anyway, I'm gonna give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh Shai. Shalom.